This next upcoming Pokemon Go event might be the single biggest do not miss event in recent Pokemon Go history for both rare shiny hunters and meta-relevant Pokemon grinders. Because one of the rarest shinies is back for a limited time, and the most useful feature in the game is back for a couple days too. Welcome to the Let's Go event. This is going down from Tuesday, March 21st at 10 a.m. to Wednesday, March 29th at 8 p.m. local time. For starters, some newer, regionally exclusive Pokemon will be spawning in the wild, and they can be shiny globally. Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour will all be spawning in the wild and available in field research and can be shiny. These Pokemon are again regionals, so once this event is over, they will go back to their native regions. And if you didn't get these shinies during Go Fest of last year, definitely try to get them here. They're all wildly rare, even in their home world areas. And I'm actually still missing my shiny Pansage, and I went to all the Go Fest events. So this is a really, really good event having them in the wild and in field research. And the fact that they're not in eggs or raids, mind-blowing. They're regional shinies. It's very unlike Niantic, that scares me. And speaking of wild spawns, here's what the wild spawns will be during this event. Diglett, Grimer, Snubbull, Corphish, Starly, Pansage, Pansear, Panpour, Roggenrola, Tympole, Litleo, Trubbish, Galarian Stunfisk, and Goomy. Those last three being the more rare spawns. And out of the spawns, the meta-relevant ones that you want to prioritize when catching include Galarian Stunfisk. This Pokemon is a PvP legend, and honestly a super-duper rare shiny Pokemon that isn't typically in the wild. In the Great League, it's ranked 2nd overall, and in the Ultra League, it is ranked 18th. And also Trubbish, I hate with an absolute passion, but like it does give an absolute ton of Stardust whenever you catch it, so that's super helpful. And notice anything about these spawns? They all, or most of them, not all of them, most of them can be Ditto. Specifically, Diglett, Grimer, Snubbull, Corphish, Starly, Roggenrola, Tympole, and Litleo. Well, these now can be Ditto as a part of this update, and these specific Pokemon will be spawning more in the wild and will have a higher likelihood of being a Ditto. So if you still don't have your incredibly nice shiny blue Ditto, this is a fantastic time and event to hunt it down. And what about the big parts of this event? Well, the first one is a shiny Pokemon that comes back once, maybe twice per year. Shiny Meltan. Yes, shiny Meltan is finally back, and the last time it was available was last year back in June of 2022. And for the next few days, starting on the 21st of this month, you can finally catch it again. How you get Meltan is by sending a Pokemon from Pokemon Go to either Pokemon Home or Pokemon Let's Go. And here, I'll show how to send it from home.
One eternity later.
Okay, I might be stupid, but I have no idea how to send a Pokemon to Pokemon Home anymore with this new update. So if anybody knows how to do that, leave that in the comments below, please. Thank you. Well, if you do figure out how to do that, the countdown timer will be reduced for Meltan during this event. Basically how this works is you can open your mystery box to get Meltan once every 5 days typically. But when these events happen, it goes from once every 5 days down to once usually every 3 days. So be sure to take advantage of this and be sure to figure out how to do it. Other bonuses during this event include increased chance of finding XXS and XXL Meltan. Okay, who cares? And 2 times the candy for transferring Pokemon. The raids for this event are, they're kind of lacking, but like, who cares? The rest of the event is incredible. In the raids, we will have Lugia and Incarnate Form Thundurus in the 5 stars, and the Mega raids will be Mega Venusaur and Mega Alakazam. And in terms of meta relevancy for these Pokemon, Lugia is most useful in PvP, where it ranks 2nd overall in the Masters League as a non-shadow and 6th overall as a shadow. Incarnate Form Thundurus just isn't that good, but its other form, Therian Form Thundurus, is actually a super meta relevant electric type Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which is a very, very helpful Pokemon to have. So it's not the worst idea to go and do some battles for this Pokemon just to get some extra candies and XL candies. Mega Venusaur is the number 2 grass type in the game underneath Mega Sceptile, and Mega Alakazam is currently the number 1 psychic type in Pokemon Go. Field research encounters during this event will reward Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour, which again can all be shiny and are all regionals. Now we don't currently know which field research tasks will reward which Pokemon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel here to find out when I find out. There's also gonna be a collection challenge that will reward an encounter with Meltan, nice, and 5,000 XP. So technically you won't need to send a Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home or to Pokemon Let's Go to get Meltan if you still don't have it in your Pokedex. You can get it for free from the collection challenge, which is honestly huge, so don't forget to grab that. Plus, there's a special research storyline that will span throughout the season of Rising Heroes, and I think it technically starts during this event, so that's something. And then that's not even the most meta-relevant, most important part of the event. The Team Go Rocket Takeover is back. and it's glorious. Well, sort of glorious. There's a new feature that's back that's very massive. This part of the event is happening from Saturday, March 25th at 10 a.m. to Wednesday, March 29th at 8 p.m. local time. And Giovanni is back and we'll be getting a brand new Shadow Legendary Pokemon. And it is Shadow Regice. Regice technically ranks pretty well in both Ultra and Great League in PvP, but I can't imagine the Shadow version being any better. And as an Ice-type attacker, Regice is pretty much useless. So if you're wondering if you should catch this Shadow Legendary or if you should save your Super Rocket Radar, I'd probably recommend saving the Radar. But that's not the big part of the event. It's the bonuses. Team Go Rocket will be spawning more often in the wild and will be coming out of balloons once every 3 hours. And you can use a charge TM to TM frustration off of your Shadow Pokemon. Yes, this fundamental feature is finally back for 5 days and 5 days only. And you literally cannot miss this. If you watched my video outlining some of the best Shadow Pokemon to always catch in Pokemon Go, you'll know that Shadow Pokemon are the strongest Pokemon in the game in terms of meta relevancy. But if you have the move Frustration on them, they're essentially useless. The only way to get that move off is by using a TM during these Team Go Rocket takeover events, which really only happen like a handful of times per year. So whenever these events come around, you gotta be ready. And just when you thought this event couldn't get any better, it kind of does. For the first time in Pokemon Go history, grunts can give Shadow Shiny Pokemon. Well, technically this isn't the first time ever because there was glitches in the past that allowed this, but now this seems to be an actual feature. The Team Go Rocket leaders will be using new Shadow Pokemon, which will reward new Shadow Shiny Pokemon. So if there's any Shadow Shinies that are currently out right now, like Beldum, that you still don't have, I'd recommend grinding those. Also, Shadow Beldum is one of the most meta-relevant Pokemon in the entire game, so might be good to do some more encounters with that before it's gone. And also grunts will get some new Shadow Pokemon, including Shadow Alolan Grimer, Shadow Fampi, Shadow Trico, Shadow Torchic, and Shadow Drifloon. And again, according to Pokemon Go, also Pokemon that trainers rescue from Team Go Rocket grunts may be shiny Pokemon if you're lucky. Now, this might be a typo because we've seen typos and mistakes in events in the past or update announcements in the past, so this might not be real. But if it is real, this is a world's first for Pokemon Go where grunts are also giving Shadow Shiny Pokemon just like the team leaders. So fingers crossed, we'll have to see. And speaking of the grunts and the leaders, there will be mysterious components in the field research which will help you grind the team leaders for free a lot more efficiently. Gosh, what an insane 2 events coming out to Pokemon Go. Oh, and also one big announcement here at the end of the video. The Pokemon card breaks are back. And I mean, they're back in a big way. These are all sealed packs behind me. That is hundreds of packs. And if you're interested in getting yourself some Pokemon card packs, oh my god, because Jake over there is helping me with this a lot. Hi, Jake. We will be streaming a ton of Pokemon card breaks live on Whatnot. I will leave the link in the description below. We might be live like as much as every day or every other day. So if you want to grab some packs, maybe win some cool cards, link in the description. Oh, and also, I got a really cool shiny. Check this out. I don't technically have the footage of me catching this, but check it out. I did get myself a shiny Smeargle from a snapshot. We did upload this as a TikTok and a YouTube short because I was on an airplane. I walked onto an airplane, sat down, did my Smeargle encounters while I was texting Jake about his shiny Smeargle because he got one in front of us in the video, and I got one. So yes, shiny Smeargle, completed, caught, the rarest Pokemon during the current update happening right now, we were able to get, and this Pokemon also only comes around once every year, maybe 2 years. So a lot of exclusive stuff in Pokemon Go recently. Good time to grind. So get out there and get your shinies and good luck getting them. Thank you for watching the video. Check out the other ones on screen if you want to see some more, and I'll see you in the next one.